Hello my lovelies, Barbara here with another deck review for you. This time I'm going to do the Influence of the Angels. Now this is one of my favourite decks. It's a fabulous deck. I know I say that every time I do a review because I'm usually biased because I've got the cards. You know, I've bought them for a reason in most cases. However, I really can't fault this deck. It has everything going for it. It's good quality, it feels luxurious, the colours are amazing. It's a superb deck, and you'll see the cards later. So let's just look at the box to start with. Now I've taken the cards out. Look at that. The whole thing, you can tell the quality. Now I've had this for a few years actually now. I mean, I don't use it a huge amount of times because I've got so many decks to use, but nevertheless, you know, it sits in my bookcase. Absolutely fabulous. Fits properly. There we go. We've got a little bit of detail on the back there. Let's get it the right way up of the cards. And then the interesting what cards have they put on the back? They put strength in the sixth. Oh, do you know what? When I was sorting out the cards in order, ready to video them later, I saw the Six of Cups. And I thought, oh, what a gorgeous card! And then there it is on the back there. It's quite funny. So it tells you what's within the deck. That's fine. That's normal for any deck of cards. But there we are. So that's the actual box itself. Now, what makes it really excellent is the book as well. Now, I don't tend to look at the books. I don't need to. It sounds awful, but sometimes they're quite interesting. Because what normally annoys me with a book of this width, you can see how much is in there, is because it has about 8 different, you know, languages in there. So the amount of information representing your language is usually about 8 pages, if you're lucky. The entire book is in English. Now, I'm not saying if you bought it in another country, it would be in German or French or whatever. But in this case, the entire book is in English. So that is the amount of information you're getting. And my golly, the information in there is really good. It covers every single card. It has pictures of every single card. It's all in black and white, I have to say. That doesn't detract from it at all because you'll be looking at the card in colour anyway. It covers the majors, particularly because it's Influence of the Angels. It actually tells you which angel they've added to that particular card. I mean, there's angels in there I've never even heard of. So that in itself is interesting because it explains about the angel. But even in the minors, it really goes to town on the symbolism. It will pinpoint parts of the symbolism that you may not have even noticed. And you think, oh golly, I didn't even think about that. And it explains why it's put it in there. And you think, gosh, that makes so much sense. It also gives you the traditional meanings within those majors and the minors. So you've got the best of both worlds on all counts. It's really good. In the back, it's got, I think it had 1 or 2. Yeah, it's got a couple of layouts to give you an idea. What's also interesting, when I looked at this and sort of glanced at the court cards themselves, I don't think there's actually any angels in the court cards themselves, but they actually represent famous people, historical figures from the past, which the very old tarot decks would have done the same. Even old playing cards, a lot of them, the kings and queens represent specific people in history. So the book itself is amazing. And you know, I would say that even if you were using another deck that perhaps didn't have details of what the cards meant individually, if you were a beginner and weren't sure, do you know what? You could utilize this because it really does help you in that way. So we've looked at the box, we've looked at the book. Let's look at the cards themselves. So here we go. Back pretty plain, but you can see they're satiny. They're not shiny. And I have a thing about shiny cards. They look great to look at. They make it so difficult to shuffle. We'll talk about shuffling of these in a minute. But look, I mean, this is why it's up there. The whole luxury, and it's on all sides, you know, that gold. Look at that, how shiny. And obviously I don't use these a lot because I've got so many decks, but you can see that quality is going to last. They are, because of the thickness of the card, I mean, the individual cards, you can see, all right, they're bendy, not hugely bendy, but if you continue to use them regularly, then perhaps they might become a little bit more flexible to enable you to shuffle them better, because that's the problem. Because of the quality of the card, I don't know if they are slightly longer. Now, I've got quite long fingers. Now, I tend to shuffle that way anyway. I used to shuffle that way, but if you see, you can't, because you actually can't reach you know, they're so thick. you can't get your hands around them. That shows the quality of the cardstock used with this deck. So I would use it that way. And because they're a bit slippy slidey, as I say, people hate me saying that. It's like, I mean, slippy slidey. It's slippy slidey. That's what I mean. It is different. I'm not going to shuffle them because I said I've put them in order, but they do slide around a lot. And when I was I always shuffle them when I cleanse them. This all went everywhere. So really, really good. And this is what I mean by the colours. They're really, I'll say they're muted. They're very, I can't even think of the word. They're almost reminiscent of, what do you call it? Oil paintings. That's the word I'm looking for. I mean, I'm going to put that close. I mean, that's the jolly old fool there. The colours are crisp. They're bright. They pop. Even though they're not like really, really bright colours. All the sort of detail down here, what's so wonderful, I mean, I have to take my glasses off to see close up, but I've got really good close up vision. And quite often, a lot of cards, I've got to take a photo of them and enlarge them on my phone, because I suspect when the artist designed them, they did them on great big bits of paper or whatever, or canvas or something. Here, it's super everything. Even I could even see, I mean, you can't hear, I could even see her individual toes. That's how good it is. So let's look at the cards individually. I will go through every single card. I know it takes a while. I mean, I won't spend a long time on each of them. But the reason being, in a lot of decks, and I explain this to a lot of people when I'm teaching, on the back, in fact, if you look at the back of the box, we've got 2 lots of cards there. They always show the best cards on the box itself. So if you're buying this, it would have been, you know, wrapped in cellophane and everything, you don't really know what you're getting inside. So this way you can see every single card and see if any do not resonate with you, or if you actually do like how they've depicted the symbolism. It's great. So I'm going to swizz the camera around and go through all the cards for you. See you in a moment. So here we have the Influence of the Angels Tarot. There's the back. And here we're starting with the Fool. And we have the Magician, the High Priestess. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely stunning. The Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers. That's quite a traditional interpretation of the Lovers, actually. The Chariot, Strength, the Hermit. Do you know, I'm really drawn to that Hermit. That's a really nice card. The Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man. Let's just knock the camera there. Death card. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. That is beautiful. Yes, I like the Death card. I like the Death card anyway. Temperance, the Devil. Oh, you can't get much more traditional than that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Devil. You see how slippery these cards are. They're going everywhere. The Tower. The Star. Wow, now look at that. Now, isn't that interesting? Because there's the star. I mean, there's the dolphin. Very small, but it's just that guiding light, isn't it? Which is what the star is all about. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. Oh, it's an interesting one. It's a bit scary, that one, actually. And the World. So that's all the majors. So let's move them out the way before they go completely all over the place, because like I said, they are very, very slippery. So I think it might be Cups next. Yes, we have. There we are. Oh, I like that one. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. The Four of Cups. Like that. The Five of Cups. Oh, look, I just love this Six of Cups. Do you know what these remind me of? I used to have a book years ago of all the advertisements for Pears soap, you know, going from sort of Victorian times and Edwardian times. And that is so reminiscent of the Pears adverts. The Seven of Cups. I like that. That's excellent. Oh, I really like this Suit of Cups. Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. Page, Knight, Queen, and the king. So let's move those out of the way as well. And here we go. What's next? Oh, we've got the pentacles, ace of pentacles, the 2, the 3, the 4. Oh, look at that. Look at that. She's got the pentacle on the front of her book. That's gorgeous. Oh, I like that one. Let's move these cards over because they're going all over the place. 5 of Pentacles. The 6. That's another lovely one. The 7 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. The 9. The 10. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to go back to that 10. Now, that's very Pilgrim Fathers almost, isn't it? It's very, yeah. Do you know what? Strangely enough, I'm not that keen. That's all about control. Yeah, that's an interesting interpretation of the 10. There's the page. Puritan, that was the word I was looking for. There's the knight, the queen, and the king. Again, let's move those over out of the way. Whoops, the page, and the ace there. So here we go. There's the Ace of Swords. Oh, excellent. The 2 of Swords. The 3. The 4. The 5. There's the 6 of Swords. Oh, that's quite a few people in that boat, isn't there? Actually, I'm not sure whether that would actually survive. It's a very small boat for a lot of people, but there we are. It's me being, yeah, okay, picky. 7, I can't help it, it's my nature. The 8, oh, that's beautiful. I do like that 8. The 9, oh, look at that. Oh, golly. Now, that is a really good interpretation of the 9. Bear in mind, you know, the 9 is all about worrying when you don't need to. There's all these crows or ravens, whatever they are, coming through, possibly attacking that sheep. But there's the angel coming in saying, look, it's protected. You know, you don't need to worry. That's what the whole point of the card is, really. So there's the 9. And there's the 10 with the wonderful dawn breaking in the distance. You have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So put them to one side again. Here we go. Let's have a look. So we, oh wow, that's a seriously hot ace of wands there, isn't it? The 2, the 3. Quite like that 3 actually. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I really like that one. 4 of wands. That just makes you smile. That's just such a lovely card. The 5. Actually, now look at this. Now there's the angel in the background. But you notice, all right, it looks like they're fighting. All right, somebody has fallen over, but nobody's actually damaging each other. Other than they're not getting damaged. It's just like, let's go in. And that could be just a game, quite honestly. The 6 of wands. Now, the 7. The 8, the 9, and the 10. Oh look, I've got to show, I've just knocked all these over. Actually, that's an interesting one. Let's look at this. Because, you know, in the 10 of wands, normally he's not really seeing where he's going. He can sort of see just through the little gaps there. But there's the angels there saying, look, guiding the one, you can make it. You're nearly at your completion of whatever job you're doing there. Don't panic, don't panic. Just carry on, have strength. There's the page. Trying to pick these last few up, knock the camera again. You can tell I'm not great at this, can't you? Knight of wands, I'll do it that way, it's easier. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So I hope you enjoyed that review. I certainly enjoyed doing the review. There's some things in that deck that I've not noticed before, and that's the great way of doing that. So when you go through them individually, look at that symbolism. And if it jumps out at you, there's probably a very good reason for it. So see you soon with another deck review. I don't know how long it's going to be before I get around to doing one, but nevertheless, enjoy this deck. Consider if it's something that you would like to buy. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.